Hello everybody. This video that I'm doing for my channel is going to be about dating profile comparisons between foreign women and American women. And I don't want to make it too long, so I'm just going to go through some examples to get my point across about the differences. I mean, basically, the overall difference is two things. American women have a underlying layer of arrogance. Not all of them. I mean, there's some American women that are very humble, like small town Christian girls, and or girls from the country. I mean, there's some women in the States that are just like foreign women, very humble and no ego at all, and very sweet. But maybe only about 20% of American women you'll find like that. Most American women, I find, have an underlying layer of ego and arrogance, which matches social psychologist Jean Twenge's findings that most of the rise of narcissism in the United States, which has been a huge rise in it. It's like an epidemic, the narcissism epidemic. Google it. Most of the rise she found occurred with the American women. She says it 3 times in her book. That's kind of reflects that trend. And the other thing about American women profiles, besides like a pridefulness and ego and arrogance, is aggression. American women, Jean Twenge talks about how for the first time ever, masculinity tests now show that American women score equal to men in masculinity testing. Imagine that. And that's never happened before, and Jean Twenge discussed that in her book. And Jean Twenge is a powerhouse social psychologist. She teaches the Army. She teaches police departments. She's been on Fox News, Newsweek. I could go on and on, but let me get back to the subject here. So, but yeah, I mean, there's a tendency for them to anger easily. They so easily can get in your face, and you never see a foreign girl like this, blah 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 blah, but you see that kind of attitude. I mean, okay, even without the finger wagging, you still see that kind of general attitude with a lot of American women, especially when they get just the slightest bit upset. Again, not all of them. I know some great American girls that would never, I mean, they're soft-spoken, sweet, feminine. I'm just talking general trends, okay? And I'm talking mainly with the today's younger generation. I'm not talking about our moms and grandmas. They're a different generation, so I'm not talking about that generation. Okay, so some of the, and going back to the comparison, foreign women, on the other hand, okay, I've mentioned how American women tend to be in how they reflect that in their profiles. Foreign women are very humble, very, very humble. They just have no ego. As a matter of fact, foreign women will deny her beauty, literally. I've seen it over and over again, and I've yet to see that with American women. If somebody gives compliments, it'll be normal, so thanks. But a foreign woman won't just say, oh, thank you. She'll be like, oh, no, I'm not. They literally deny their beauty. They're so humble, they can't help it, So let me give you a real quick example. Some of the foreign women things that I've seen them write, some of the things I've seen foreign women write, I'm going to just give you a few quick examples, okay? These are things that American women would never say. And I almost guarantee you, any guy seeing this video, I promise you, you've never seen any of the following things, 6 things I'm going to mention. 7 in total, but 6 of them, I promise you, you've never seen an American woman say. Okay, number 1, common phrase you hear from American women, like Latin women, and especially Filipinas, especially. And most of these I get most often from Filipinas. So primarily, I guess I'm talking about Filipinas, but some Latin American girls too. 1, thank you for viewing my profile. I've never seen an American woman write me. I've been on 25 years on internet dating sites. Never once had an American girl say to me, thank you for anything, as a matter of fact. I've never heard them use the word thank you. But I hear thank you over and over again with foreign girl profiles in their messages, primarily Filipinos mostly, admittedly, less so for Latin girls, but even Russian girls, I've seen them have a similar thankfulness attitude when you write them and talk to them. Okay, number 2, the second thing you'll never hear an American woman say, the word I'm sorry. Like, for example, I hear from Filipinas who say, I'm sorry if I'm not what you're looking for. I've heard that many times over the years from Filipinas. That's primarily a Filipino thing. And the third thing that you'll never hear from an American girl on an internet dating site, I may not be so pretty, but I have X qualities, right? She's saying basically a Filipino might say, I may not be so pretty, but I have a heart of gold, which they do have hearts of gold. It's true. But you'll never, like I said, you'll never see an American woman say deny her beauty. I mean, you'll never hear her say that. So number 4, I'm not so smart, but another example, like in number 3, in this case, denying her intelligence. A woman doesn't have to do that to be humble, but if you're really humble, like these foreign girls are, they can't help it. I mean, they do it just because being humble is seen as a good quality, which is why I think they make great wives. I mean, when you leave out ego and pride, like you look at the Bible, the way the Bible teaches, I mean, I would even say like American Christian girls are very much like foreign girls in that there's no ego, there's no pride in them. And I'm talking true Christian girls, not just girls who say they're Christian. Okay, number 5, the next thing you'll never see, you'll never hear an American girl saying, looking for a man who will accept me for who I am. That's just so common with foreign girls. I've seen it with all nationalities. Again, especially Filipinas, because they're the most humble. You'll never see an American girl say that. Number 6, I hope you will write me back. Could you imagine an American girl say that? Her sending you a message and saying, oh, and I hope you will write me back. It's just so sweet. I've never seen it. So, and number 7 is the topic of being spiritual. Foreign women are very spiritual, and I don't find that the case with most American women these days. They're very God-focused, foreign women are. Like they'll typically say, have a nice day and God bless you. I've never even, forget about the God and spiritual part. I've never even received a positive message from American women that says, have a nice day. I would say it's probably happened. That part I wouldn't rule out. I'm sure somebody said it sometime to somebody, but I haven't experienced it yet. But from foreign women, you'll see, God bless, God willing, God this, God that. They're very, very deeply spiritual just by their personality. Even if it doesn't mean, they don't even have to be real Christian, actually going to church all the time or anything like that, or have real belief in God, but it's just part of their soul. So that's something that stands out with foreign women. Now, let me give you some examples of what I talked about earlier of American women's profiles reflecting an underlying layer of arrogance and aggression, okay? Or just being in your face with their profile, like, kind of like that's how they come across. Okay, now let me start with this first one. She says, here's American women dating profile examples. She says, I am seeking a confident, strong man who knows his way around the world. American women, for some reason, are into this confidence things, whereas foreign girls don't give a damn whether you're confident or not. Believe it or not, it's true. Latin women might care a little bit, and but I know for a fact, like Asian girls and Filipinas, they don't care at all. Well, you can be the most insecure guy and they don't care. Okay, and she goes on to say, you must be smart, muscular, sexy, funny, attentive, dedicated, full of energy, well-connected, lots of friends, charming, great. I could go on. Some of these girls have a mile-long list of demands. And even social psychologist Jean Twenge confirms that. She says that, that when they interviewed women in America, they said they were not looking for Mr. Perfect. But when they went on to study them as far as what they're looking for in a man, Jean Twenge said it turned out that they were looking for Mr. Perfect. They deny it, but they are. So they always have a long list of qualities that's almost impossible to find, which means that they're never content. American women, in the long run, a lot of them, a great many of them, you just can't please them. They're never satisfied, because they're expecting Mr. Perfect, as Jean Twenge, social psychologist Jean Twenge talks about. Okay, this profile says, I'm a very driven woman and have had problems finding an equally driven man. That's another thing I forgot to mention. American women have many hidden keywords, key phrases that are just kind of hidden, underlying, that talk about money. Okay? Like she says, I've had problems finding an equally driven man. In other words, she's having the problem, I guess, finding a guy who's as rich as her. Okay. It's always about money. So, and then this one says, I'm a sweetheart, but I can be your worst nightmare. Oh, how nice. That's an example of just kind of being in your face that a lot of American women, they come right after you with all these threats and innuendos like, don't mess with me. You better not mess with me. You never see that with foreign girls. So she goes on to say, I don't put up with crap. Oh, how feminine she is. I'm too old for that. I'm not going to compete with other women for your attention. That's about the only thing I think is normal. I mean, I can understand if she wants to make that point. She says, so if you want to play, don't play on my turf. Ooh, she's so threatening. Oh my gosh, she's so cool. And then, now, and then here's a photo of what I mean when I want to give an example of how a lot of these American girls will seem to have on the surface a nice smile and seem kind of nice or whatever. But look at this one, for example. You can see, even though she's smiling and doing a cute little pose, whatever, but you can see the arrogance that lies underneath. You just have to pay attention. And a lot of American women have this pridefulness and arrogance, and it's very unattractive. And so that's just a picture example of what I mean. You can just see in their photos. Okay, another girl says, I don't need a guy who scares easily. You need to be mature and confident. There's that confident thing. American women are obsessed with confidence. I mean, how horrible it must be for American women to meet a guy who maybe lacks some confidence or who isn't maybe perfectly self-assured. I mean, come on. I think that's being human. I think that's just being... And these foreign girls don't care. They accept you the way you are. They don't care if you lack confidence. And I think that's a wonderful thing. I mean, it's almost like, would Jesus accept somebody who lacks confidence? Do you think Jesus cares? Somebody maybe lacks some confidence as far as whether he loved that person and accept that person. Well, apparently American women do care, and they're turned off by it if a guy's not confident. And it says, oh, and please be financially stable. There's that hidden keyword. Well, it's not hidden in this case. She's being very direct. She wants a financially well-off guy. And then she says, I'm looking for a guy without kids. Okay, I can understand that. And says, preferably at least 6 foot tall and established in his career. Oh, there's that money thing again. Established. You'll never see a foreign girl, a Filipina, a Latin girl, a Russian girl. You'll never see him talk about, oh, please be established, be successful in your career, or anything like that. And then this other girl says, most men are so insecure, it's a big turnoff for me. There is that insecurity thing. And man, American women must really freak out when somebody is actually human and may not be confident. I mean, it is human tendency. Sometimes we're not confident. We can be insecure. I don't think it's such a bad thing. Okay, here's another one that says, I am looking for a non-creepy, non-stalker man. You see, a lot of American women view men as creeps, fools, and predators. I see this word creep all the time in American women profiles, how they don't want creeps. Yet foreign women will never, ever, ever, ever mention anything like that about men. They don't have a negative view of men like American women do. It's underneath the surface, is what I'm saying, and it shows in their profiles. Here's another one. I am not looking for someone to complete my life, but rather complement it. Well, foreign women say they actually need somebody to complete their life, which to me is more endearing. I think that's more sweet, and it's not a weakness, by the way, folks, to admit that you need somebody, that you need love in your life, that you need a partner. Need's fine, and I think it's better than just looking for somebody to, say that you're looking for somebody to compliment you. Whatever, I don't know. We'll move on. And this one says, please let me know up front if you can't pay your bills because I'm not going to be a sugar mama. Oh, there's that money thing again. You will never see a foreign girl say that. That's for sure. She says, I'm not your typical Dallas girl, but I do shop at Neiman's and I like nice stuff. Okay. She's pretty honest about it. Now, those are just some examples of this in-your-face type aggression almost that you see with a lot of... I mean, like American women cannot accept weakness. Those examples are direct. I mean, these are common examples of what you see with American women profiles. You also see a lot of American women say, I'm not effing around, or I'm not going to put up with any BS. I mean, they even use foul language. I mean, there's just something so unladylike with American women these days. Now, Filipino women, for example, let me give some examples. Okay, this is an example of how foreign women are. And I'll just use Filipino, but Latin girls have some similar tendencies. It says, I'm looking for a loving, faithful, kind, and honest guy, and most of all, a man older than me. There's that age thing. They actually do like older guys, by the way. She says, I am here to look for the real and right man for me. I want to serve him in all his needs. Seriously, let me repeat that. I want to serve him in all his needs. That's just sweet. That's not being a slave. Let me put it this way. Guys who like that kind of sweetness, American guys that go abroad for girlfriends or wives. We're not looking for slaves. We're looking for somebody who's easy to get along with, somebody who's very sweet. I think that's a very sweet thing to say. I mean, that's very cool. And this one says, if I submit myself to any man, I will be with him till my last breath. Wow. That's their commitment to marriage, by the way. Foreign women will fight tooth and nail to keep their marriage together. And that describes it good. I will be with him till my last breath. That's awesome. And this one says, I'm just a simple girl who dreamed to have a happy family. I need someone who also need me. I think that's very sweet. You'll never hear an American girl say I need somebody, or that I'm looking for a good husband. I want to have a happy family someday. I don't know what it is about American women, but just look at the dating profiles on the internet. They never talk about husband, family, none of that stuff. It's like they've just lost their femininity. I don't know. This one says, I hope someday and somehow that person would accept me. Again, you would never hear that from a Western woman. She says, I haven't got that look you want, but I can assure you that I'm a sweet lady and a caring person. That's very nice. And this girl says, even the simplest things from others could make me happy. Hope someone could do it for me. God bless. Does that sound like that came from the American woman? No. This one says, I have dreamed of having a family of my own and wishing that through this site I might be able to meet my special someone. I've never heard American girls say anything like that. Like, I'm looking to meet my special someone. It's just, I know, I'm not saying that the American girls aren't looking for a special, person, obviously, duh. But they don't actually say it like that. They don't come out and actually say it. And I don't know what it is that they can't be sweet and soft and feminine and show that they need somebody. They're just afraid to show the soft side or something. This one says, to love another person is to see the face of God. Look how spiritual that is. Could you see an American woman saying to love another person is to see the face of God? This is common with foreign girls. This is the difference, guys. This is the difference. They're just so soulful and spiritual abroad, and they're not materialistic at all. I mean, yes, you can find materialistic girls all over the world, but generally speaking, I'm just talking in generalities whenever I talk about this stuff. Okay, this one says, I'm here searching for a man of my life to be my husband till death. There is another statement about marriage being till death. That's just not something you'll hear from a Western girl's profile. And this one says, this girl wrote me. This is a message a Filipina wrote me. She says, Steve, what you read and learned about us Filipinas are real and the absolute truth. Filipinas are shaped to be the keeper of the family, even at an early age. Parents have molded their children on the proper care and feeding of marriage. Filipinas at their tender age have been carrying so much expectations already and possess the responsibilities of keeping the marriage and family united. Basically, I'm proud to say, divorce were never part of our vocabulary. Let me repeat that. Divorce were never part of our vocabulary. Absolutely true, guys. This spot on. Now here's some Latin girls. Okay, this is the Latin section of what I read with Latin profiles. This one says, I am an honest woman living in Rio de Janeiro. I'm a dentist. By the way, there's a lot of professionals. Guys, if you're looking to date foreign girls, there's a lot of educated professionals that you can meet and marry. There's this myth out there that if you go for a foreign girl, that she must be desperate to get a green card or be doing it for money. You know how Americans tend to so easily think that. But that's not the case, especially with Latin and Russian girls or Eastern European. There's a lot of girls with money and middle class or higher, so just don't believe the stereotype. Anyways, back to what I was saying. This one says, I am a dentist. I wish to enjoy my home with a good man and hope to meet him here. This one says, I'm happy to be here and to be able to know the man who is going to give a beautiful light to my life. Can you believe that? She's looking for a man who's going to give a beautiful light to her life. What happened to American women that they can't say something? You can read 1,000 American women profiles. You'll never see anything spiritual and soulful like that. And nothing as sweet as that. And this one says, if you want to know more about me, I'm gladly going to answer your message. You're not going to see an American woman who will say, I'm gladly going to answer your message on her profile. This one says, I'm looking for a gentleman to have a home with a wonderful family. Again, focus on family. This one says, I look forward to developing a relationship with a loyal, honest, nice, and sincere man that will lead into marriage. I long for a sincere love. I've never heard an American woman say, I'm longing for a sincere love. Now, they may feel it. I'm not saying that they're inhuman and that they have no soul and they don't feel, obviously, generally speaking, everybody wants a relationship, but what I'm saying is that American women don't feel it strong enough to where they actually will put it on their profile, will actually put it on paper. And I think that speaks volumes for how much you want something. If you're willing to, when you do a dating profile, your inner self comes out. And that's what I mean. If you want to know the difference between American and foreign women, just read their dating profiles. That's all you have to do. And you'll see, like I'm reading these to you. There's clearly a difference, as you can see, where their focus is. This one says, I hope that you want to know more about me. I hope you are ready to write me. Guys, we're never, ever going to hear a message from an American woman that says, I hope you are ready to write me. That ain't going to happen. But that's what I mean. The dating scene abroad, when you go to other countries to date, is so great. So many American guys have no idea. And like I said, there's a lot of middle class, upper class, even upper class girls that will write stuff like this. Okay, you just have to go abroad and put your toes in the water and see what you can find. Okay, now let me get on to Russian women. This one says, I love boating, animals, home, coziness, love to cook, and bake pies. That's a real profile, guys. I wouldn't make that up. This girl literally said she likes to bake pies. It's a Russian girl. Okay. This one says, I admire in people qualities such as responsibility, honesty, loyalty, purposefulness, and sense of humor. I love good food and prepare it with pleasure. I enjoy creating coziness and comfort in a house that makes me happy. I am a family-oriented woman, and I like spending time with people whom I love. I also think that creating a happy family is an enjoyable experience in life. I don't understand why American women can never put that in their profile. Maybe some Christian girls might, but it's like just the sweetness, the femininity, the warmth has escaped American women. It's just sad, actually. It really is sad. The feminist movement has really hardened and very much jaded and hardened, like in a general way with a lot of women today. Okay, back to our subject. Another girl says, I am serious and polite person. I wish to create family with right man. Okay, and this next one says, I do not see a sense in this life without love. Here on this site, I would like to meet a man whom I will fall in love with and one who will fall in love with me. This man should be kind, warm, careful, reliable, and fun-loving man. When a foreign girl mentions qualities she's looking for, first of all, they never have a long list. Like the other one I read you, the American example. A lot of American girls have a long list of all these things, the perfect man, somebody that doesn't exist. But even when a foreign girl does have some things she throws in that she's looking for in a guy, they're honorable things. Good husband, good father to his kids, a good son to his mother. And this one says careful, like I just said, she's looking for careful, reliable, and fun-loving man. These are honorable qualities to look for someone. But American women will put must be a clever conversationalist, must be able to dance, must love dogs, must be 6 foot tall, must be stable in his career. They're all BS stuff that has nothing to do with being honorable. There's a difference between wanting things that are honorable qualities in your mate versus wanting artificial things that says me, 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 me. Make money for me. I'm looking for tall, dark, and handsome. Just artificial stuff. It's just artificial and just not so meaningful. When American women often put a list, it's just not meaningful when they're looking for certain qualities. Let me go on with this one. That same girl says, I'm looking for a man who appreciates high moral qualities, family values, and appreciates the woman he loves. And then the next example in the profile, she says, I'm a university graduate working in biology research. I love creating comfort, cook well, love nature, sports, camping, listening to music. They're all normal, healthy, sweet things. Traveling. She says, my favorite animal is dolphin. I like reading history. And then this one says, I like to bring in your life love, warmth, and care. Now, why can't American women, why can't even some of them in their dating profiles say something like that? I'd like to bring in your life love, warmth, and care. What happened to American women, guys, that they can't be warm and sweet and feminine? I mean, I guess what social psychologist Jean Twenge said, their masculinity equals man's now. And men don't say this stuff. Men don't come out and, I mean, in any country, don't talk like these things. These are feminine things. These are warm, sweet, soulful, feminine things. And our women have just lost it. And I'm not saying all of them. I'm going to keep repeating that. There are some certain percentage of American women that although they may not write like this, but they really do mean these things. And they're normally small town Christian girls, and Christian. That's pretty much it. Okay, so I'm stumbling over my words now. Okay, so let's see. Here's another one. She says, "I like to cook very much. I like flowers and nature." See, like a lot of foreign women, they really do love to cook. I've talked to people. I mean, I've talked to had this conversation with women in the States, American women. And a lot of them say, that they don't. They cook because they have to. And some even say, most women do not like to cook. They just do it because they have to. It's hard work. And I'm sure it is hard work. But sometimes you love to do things for your family. You love to do things for your husband. And you actually I would say foreign women actually do take a pleasure. Even though it's hard work, they take a pleasure in cooking for their family and their husband. And it's something they really enjoy. And I firmly believe that because I see it in their profiles all the time. I don't think they'd be lying about that. I mean, just like as if they lied just to get responses on an internet dating site. I don't think so. And this one says, "I'm a homesitter and I like home comfort. I'll be a good, loving, careful, devoted wife. He must be a good and nice person, kind, serious, smart, but not too much as I'm not so smart." Wow, guys. Let me repeat that to you. Okay, guys? He must be a good man and a nice person. First of all, that's generally what foreign women are looking for. They don't expect much else from you, unlike American girls who want all this artificial, stupid stuff. And then she says, but not to, she says, okay, he must be a nice person, kind, serious, smart, but not too smart, as I'm not so smart. Now, would you ever hear an American girl deny her intelligence? Would you ever hear an American girl deny her beauty? Foreign women do it all the freaking time. That is the difference in culture. And which one do you think makes for a better, more stable, higher quality marriage? Somebody who's very, very humble and accommodating, or somebody who's never humble but arrogant and prideful and even in your face all the time? I'm telling you, Western women can really, when they're not happy, they can, do this thing or something similar to it. And you just never come across that aggressive attitude with foreign women. Okay, back to the subject. Another girl writes, "I want to love and to be loved, and I want love and mutual feelings to be in my life." Wow, I want to love and be loved? I mean, what happened to American women that they can't come out and say that? How sweet would that be? I would just be blown away if an American girl would write something like that, be willing to write something like that in their profile. But I don't think they feel it enough. It's not in their heart strong enough. It's in their heart because everybody wants to be loved, and everybody would like to have a partner, but it's not so strong in their heart that they can express it, come out and just say it. And I think the femininity has something to do with it too. Here's another one. "Hi, I'm Natalia. I would like to find someone special to create a family based on love, respect, and honesty. If you wish the same, let me know." Just like we talked about before. This one says, "I'm from Ukraine. I am first on the site, but my friend advises one of the best. Hope that I can meet here a good man. I'm easygoing, positive girl, just feel a little lonely. Did not meet any good man before in my life, but without real love, it is so hard living." Wow, without real love, it is so hard living. It's like these foreign girls really, really just want you to love them. That's all they ask. They don't ask for much. They don't demand that you're a clever conversationalist or that you're witty, that you're sarcastic, you have good comebacks. All this stupid, or that you're 6 foot and stable in your career. All this garbage that Western women put in their profile. They don't demand, they make no demands of you, is what I'm trying to tell you guys if you've never dated a foreign girl, you've got to understand the difference there. Now, when they come to the States, when a foreign girl comes to the States as a single person, she changes pretty quickly because she's out in the dating scene, and she can learn her value in the States, because most foreign girls are thin, unlike most American women or American men too. America's obese. We know how the 75% of Americans are overweight. But when a foreign girl who's so sweet and is attractive and thin, she learns her value so quickly, and she starts getting asked out by tons and tons of men, something that doesn't happen to her in her own country, okay? Because all the girls are thin and high quality women, that she doesn't stand out in her country, so she doesn't think, her head doesn't get big. But when the foreign girl comes to America, her head gets big real quick, and she starts to learn the American culture. But here's the difference. When a foreign girl comes here as a wife, the change is very, very slow. I mean, not in all cases, but generally speaking, a foreign girl doesn't change very fast because she's not in the dating scene, so she's not getting a big head, because guys see the ring or they know she's married. They don't ask her out, and she really doesn't get a big ego because of that. And this one says, so this girl goes on to say, hope that soon I can feel much better myself with my second half. Okay, another girl says, I am sociable and active. I am fond of literature and art. I like taking photos. I have a little garden and enjoy taking care of it. How many American women say that? I'm fond of literature and art. Some do, and I'm sure some are. But what about what I mean mainly is the second part. I have a little garden and enjoy taking care about it. That's just, I don't know. That strikes me as very just sweet soul. Just a nice little part of her personality, that she likes the garden. It's sweet. It's feminine. Okay, this one says, well, I am just a normal woman with normal desire to be successful in the main woman's mission, that is creating a nice family. I like cooking, kids, animals, and flowers, as any other women, right? That's what she says in parentheses. She says, I think that I will be a good wife for my future husband, and I never stop flirting with him, so will make him never lose interest in me. This other girl says, I'm just looking for everlasting romance and marriage. I send a sweet thought to everybody and wish them good luck in their search here. Now, guys, how many American women would say in their dating profile or in their message, I send a sweet thought to everybody and wish them good luck in their search here? I've never, ever seen American women profile even do something as simple as say, I wish everybody good luck in their search. That's so positive. And it's a small thing. But foreign women do it regularly out of the habit of their soul. And so for you guys who think that there's no difference between American women and foreign women, I never hear a guy say that who's had experience dating overseas, okay? The only guys who say that are guys who've never dated abroad. So that's all I got to say. It went longer than I thought, but I really wanted to give a lot of examples, the true essence, the true difference between foreign women and American women, or American women and foreign women. I guess either way. And so I guess that pretty much covers it. And thanks for listening. I hope I've been able to provide some insight to give you a better idea of what the differences are. Thanks.